This is the top 5 Ethereum killers and what would happen if they managed to do it. So let's get into it. What's up guys, my name is Aryan and welcome to Yet's Crypto. Hope all of you are doing well out there. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 different cryptos which could potentially overtake Ethereum. But you might be saying to yourself,
well, nothing can overtake Ethereum. It is the Pepsi to the Coke.
Currently you are correct, and it is the Pepsi to the Coke, and the reason for that is that loads of layer 2s are building on top of it, right? But the issue with that is that Ethereum itself, transactions costs are absolutely ridiculous. And why would you spend $500 on a transaction if you was literally just trying to transact $3? It's just insane, right? And maybe you're saying, oh, that's not as it is, but when the bull market kicks in, that type of thing is seen, okay? They really need to fix those issues. And on that note of fixing issues, what if there were coins or projects which actually have? And that is my point. So let's get into it. So the first one is Cardano. It is currently ranked at number 7 at a price of 0.28, so 28 cents. It went to a price of around $3 in the last bull market. So yeah, you could definitely do well with this coin. So why am I showing you Cardano is an ETH killer? So the background of this is Charles Hoskinson was one of the founders of Ethereum. He basically didn't like what Vitalik was doing with their proof of work network, and he thought proof of stake was the way to go. So he created Cardano, and there you go, proof of stake done right. And he's obviously spent a lot of time trying to make this network really good. So on that note, Charles is obviously very capable of seeing the problems and identifying them early and be able to progress with those. So if I was going to put my faith in any of the founders, I would choose Charles because he can obviously see problems where they arise and try and fix them. So, and that is what you need to be able to grow in technology. So the mission of Cardano is to make the world better for all. And how are they going to do that? It is basically using blockchain technology to be able to give governance and sovereignty to loads of different nations. So obviously us in the Western world, we might take for granted different transactions, what can be done. So with Cardano, that is what they're trying to do. They're trying to bank the unbanked, and I really like the mission behind it. The only downfall for Cardano is it definitely needs more projects building on top of them. And I think the saying goes, build it and they shall come, right? And I think that is what needs to happen with Cardano to be able to become the ETH killer. That is all it is. All it needs now is adoption. Technology is there, right? So build it and they shall come, and we will see who is going to come.
If you build it, he will come.
So what would happen if Cardano could beat Ethereum, right? So we currently know that the market cap is 10 billion at this current moment, but we want to see what the market cap of Ethereum is, right? So the current market cap of it is 223 billion, okay? And the all-time high in the last bull market was 546 billion. So we need to get our market cap right here, Cardano, to that. So let's do it. So we've got 10 billion, we're going to calculate in billion, and we want it to get to 200, I think it was 223. So 10 billion times by 22, and that gives it, yeah, you go 220. So you could 22x your money if this was to go up to Ethereum's market cap right now. But you know, this is not a bull market scenario, so we want to see the bull market scenario. So if we was to go to the top, so it's 552 billion. So there you go. So we do 10 billion Cardano's market cap and times that by 54, I think it is. So that gives us 540 billion, and here you go, 540 billion. So that means Cardano could 54x if it was to beat Ethereum's market cap in the last cycle. So the next one on the list is Hedera, and it is ranked at 33. It has a price of 4 cents. It has a market cap of 1.5 billion around about. And yes, you can see that it is severely undervalued as well, right? As obviously a lot of projects are in this bear market. But it actually got to a market cap of once upon a time of around 6.7 billion as well. But yeah, what is Hedera all about? Let's show you. So here we go. This is Hedera, the open source public ledger for sustainability, and it can do many other things. So powering native Web3 ecosystems, institutional applications, and next generation for the web. So they are basically trying to compete with Ethereum. It is a layer 1 and it's a proof of stake, and yeah, that is what they're trying to do. So it is definitely trying to kill Ethereum if you think about it and compete with them. So what would happen if Hedera actually managed to get them to the market cap of Ethereum right now, or also in the bull market scenario of what it got then? So let's try and figure that out real quick. So Ethereum is obviously a market cap of 223 billion, and we're at Hedera at 1.5 billion. So we need to do 150, and that gives us 225 billion, and that's so close to that, right? So literally you could 150x with Hedera if you got to Ethereum's market cap at its current moment. So also, what about in a bull market scenario? So the bull market scenario is 546 billion. Okay, so we are going to do 1.5 times by 350, and that gives us, there you go, 525 billion. So actually under, but as you can see, that could literally be your gain. So 350x. The next one on the list is KASPA, and if you don't know anything about KASPA, it's very interesting. It's actually quite new as well. Currently ranked 215 at a price of 2 cents, has a market cap of 490 million, and yeah, so far it's actually done pretty good for a relatively new coin. People are actually very interested in this. So let's check KASPA out real quick. Here we go, KASPA, and KASPA is the fastest open source, decentralized and fully scalable layer 1 in the world. So, you know, big statement right there. It's using a technology called block DAG, and you can see a little bit of a visualization of what it does. So it basically separates transactions into other cross-chain transactions to be able to get really good speeds, okay? And it's a proof of work as well. So you could say this is also a Bitcoin killer, right? Not just an Ethereum killer. It's the old Ethereum blockchain, and obviously they've changed. But yeah, I definitely think this is a really interesting project. But the main user case behind this is very much based on transactions, not necessarily building layer 2s on it, but in the future you could see that, right? But yeah, very interesting project indeed. But we're definitely ranking it here because yeah, it could surpass Ethereum and its market cap. So let's get into that. So KASPA is currently at a market cap of 493 million. So what we're going to do to try and get it to Ethereum's market cap, it would be 0.4, and then we're going to times it by 550x, and that is going to give us the Ethereum market cap at this current moment, which is 220 billion. And there you go, 220 billion. So that means if we were to get to Ethereum's market cap at its current moment with KASPA, we would get 550x. But obviously that's very bullish. But let's go even more bull mode and go to the top of the market cap of Ethereum in a bull market scenario. And what would that be? Okay, so like before, we do 0.4, and we're going to do times by 1380x. Okay, and that gives us 552. And look at the market cap right there, 552 billion. So what does that mean? It means you could 1380x your money if Casper was to do its mission and destroy Ethereum. The next one on the list is LUKSO, and it is 230 in ranking. It has a market cap of 168 million, price of $9 around about. And yeah, the reason I'm definitely putting this in here is because the guy who created ERC20 tokens for Ethereum is behind this project, and obviously his mission is to probably do a better technology than Ethereum, right? So hence why he's created his own coin. So very much like Cardano again, trying to compete and beat the technology of Ethereum. So yeah, this definitely needs to be in here. So let's have a little look at what LUKSO is. So here we go, this is LUKSO, and what exactly are they doing? So LUKSO is bringing blockchain technology to the next frontier. Very interesting. So some of the stuff that they are doing is provenance, smart IP rights, physical collectibles, so like NFTs, right? And digital collectibles. They're doing a whole bunch of different things, but they are literally focusing on lifestyle and creative. So I think that is very interesting indeed. So if you want to learn way more about this, I'll put a link at the end and you can see my full review on this project. So again, you're probably thinking right now, this is going to go bloody crazy, and you're probably right, okay? So let's get to the market cap of ETH right now, and obviously in a bull market scenario. So what would we do? We would do 0.16, because obviously we're calculating in billions, and we're going to times that by 1,380, and that gives us 220 billion, which is the current market cap of ETH. Okay, so that means you could 1,380x again, right? So really interesting, and that is just where we are right now. Obviously we want to know where we can get to, and that is the 552 billion mark on the last cycle. Okay, so what is that? Here we go, 0.16 times by 3,400, and that gives us 544 billion. Here you go. So that means that is 3,400x potentially. Jesus. The next one on the list is Areon Network, and it's currently ranked 3,125 on the list. It's not showing the market cap, but I do know from my last previous review on this, it's around 15 million. So we're going to use 15 million as the benchmark. It's a very new project, it's only came out on the beginning of the year, and since then we're seeing quite a good increase in price action, and for good reason, to be honest with you. So let's get into that. Areon Network, the most comprehensive layer 1 project your crypto has ever seen. That is what they're saying, okay? And yeah, very interesting technology behind this, okay? So Area Chain's unique architecture. And what exactly is this? So I've done a full review on this, but guess what? It's called Proof of Area. And if you don't really know what that means, they are basically using their metaverse, what they're going to create to validate on the network. So I think that is just really, really interesting. And yes, the reason this is an ETH killer is because it has an Ethereum developer behind it again, and he was also a developer for Bitcoin. So definitely do not sleep on this one. Yes, you guessed it, we're going to do a crazy calculation and try and see what we could do if Areon Network could get to the same market cap of Ethereum right now, and also in a bull market scenario. This is absolutely insane, and you can probably guess that from what you saw in the other gains, yes, this is going to be insane. But let's do it, why not? Okay, so let's do it right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 0.015, which gives us a 15 million market cap because we're calculating billions, and we're going to times that by 15,000, okay, and that right there gives us the market cap of 225 billion, which is Ethereum's market cap right now, okay? So that is obviously insane. So there you go, 15,000x potentially if we were to do it right now. But let's go absolutely crazy again, okay? What would happen if we got to Ethereum's market cap in the bull market scenario? So we would do the same thing, right? So 0.015 times by 35,000, okay? That gives us 525 billion in market cap. So yes, you heard it, 35,000x. So what do you guys think of that? Obviously some of these gains are absolutely insane, right? But I do think that there is a market for them. I don't think they're going to do some of the things that I've just projected, but I do think the gains are there. And the reason being is Ethereum just needs to solve its issues. If they don't, then yes, you might be able to see these low cap gems, be able to get market share from them, right? Some of them not obviously low cap gems, but even the bigger coins will be able to get that market dominance, I would say. Because, you know, who wants to spend that much money on transactions? I don't think anyone wants to do that, right? And until they solve that problem, then yes, it's just not going to be where it needs to be. And the market is open right now, okay, for the taking. Another thing is as well is if Ethereum do manage to solve the transaction costs and all these different things there, then what would that mean for the layer 2s like Polygon and those type of things, right? They would technically be quite redundant, wouldn't they? Because if Ethereum can do all of it, then you don't need them, okay? So that's why I would say you've got to look at the tech behind these things and don't just go into the hype. You should really look at the user case. And yeah, if you like this video, then feel free to give it a like. I'd really appreciate it because I am a small YouTuber. And yes, you guessed it, if you like these type of videos and you want to learn way more about smaller projects and where they could be, the tech behind them, then subscribe to the channel because that's what this channel is all about. If you want to see my full reviews on some of these projects, then check this video out here, this one, and you can see the full reviews on these projects. So if I don't see you, I will see you at the top. Bam.